I mean, yeah, what it reminded me of is like us going back to like the beginning of the season, like all of those holes that we talked about is like literally just got like shoved right back into like it's like everything that we worked on. You know what I mean? Like closing out, like everything that we like fought to like even just like look at the rebounding, like closing out, giving up threes, things like that. Um, yeah, production. I mean, oof, not a player had over 20 points except for LBJ. He had 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, no, this
This is
it's funny
rough.
because even on paper it looks worse than it actually was.
I mean, it
um,
was again third quarters killing us. I mean, we didn't
yeah,
have a very good second quarter, so we were already on the negative going into the third. And for whatever reason, man, when it comes to third quarters, it's just we're non-existent. We might as well not even be out there. Like we might as well not even be playing basketball. Like because the third quarters are it's like every single game. It's just something else. It's just another
yeah.
just knock after knock after knock. It's just I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know why we can't seem to at least just be serviceable. Even you know what I mean? Like don't get blown out every third quarter. Like
Yeah.
okay, like you lose the quarter by like a point or two. Like okay, fine. But like every quarter it's like we're in the game. In the third quarter, we get blown out and we lose the quarter by like 15. Like at one point, we're
I'm
getting
telling
out.
you, something happened at halftime. Like I don't know what it is. Like
I don't know.
it's almost like an unscrewing of like everybody's like
They run out of Michael
yeah.
Jordan's secret sauce or whatever.
It's funny too. I can't even say it's like energy or anything like that. Like I get it, like guys are tired, but like that's not always what it is. You know what I mean? And like this is not a game that I would chop it up just to being tired. Like I think like I don't know. We stopped playing. It's weird.
You have a 38-year-old LeBron James playing on a back-to-back, and he's the only one out there doing anything. Like no one else has an
And what
excuse.
that says to me is, exactly what that says to me is no excuse because
Yeah,
a lot of these guys are young. I mean, obviously not, not Beverly, but a lot of these guys are young. So did
yeah,
Beverly even? Yeah, no, yeah. This is looking rough.
it is. It is. It's rough. But let's dive into some of these chat comments. Oh, what? That's what happens when your team is composed of second and tier third players. I just hope that Ham saw what JTA can really contribute at this point and play him more next game. I mean, I think a lot of it has been just JTA hasn't been healthy and available. Like like he'll play a game and then he's out for like 2 weeks. Like
Yeah,
with something, whatever it is. So I'm all for them playing JTA more just because we need size. But I mean, this goes into like Jake, you and me have even talked about how like they just don't have starting level talent. Like we have a
yeah,
lot of like solid players, but they're
yeah,
not supposed to be your third, fourth, fifth best guy. Right? Like Walker is not supposed to be your third best player on the starting lineup. He's supposed to be your at worst fifth best player, right? Like
yeah,
you want him to be closer to like sixth, seventh best player. Even if he's starting, you want, like, so Russ is really probably like, Russ is your third best player. Walker should be your sixth, even if Russ is coming off the bench. And that's a real problem for the Lakers. We just don't have those guys that night in and night out can consistently provide.
And we can't sit here and say that this would not be the deepest bench in the league if this was our bench unit and not our starting unit. You know what I mean? Like
we already have a really good bench. Like if we had like say two
Russ, Reeves, Walker coming off the bench, that
yeah,
would be dangerous.
I mean
Come
if
on
we had
now.
like two like legit starting level guys,
Yeah,
like with AD, obviously with AD healthy, if you had say I don't know if you had like Bojan Bogdanovic and let's say I don't know, Jakob Pertl or like a Miles Turner or whatever. I still like the idea of playing
somebody who
like
is your
basically
second option that would
yeah,
start,
like two like legit starting level guys. Then
all-star ish
yeah,
players.
so then
Yeah,
now Reeves, Russ, like you said, even if Walker's starting, if Walker has a game like tonight, it's not a big deal because you have two or three other guys. But when Walker plays like this, he can't play like this. But the problem is a 23-year-old,
and he's still injured though, right? Too. Well, right now.
I mean, well,
right?
he has like little nagging things, but yeah, I mean, but the point is, like, he's a guy that like we count on, that we shouldn't have to count on to the level that we count on him. You know, we need him to get consistent, like every single night, give us 15. And if he doesn't have a night where he can do that, then that's we're basically screwed. And that's not how it's supposed to be. Watching game on NBA TV Philippines on Signa TV, embarrassing again. My wife telling me to turn the game off. She's checking my blood pressure right now. I feel it, Anthony. I feel it. It is. It's rough. It's tough. It is. It's tough. TB is probably the fourth best scorer on the team. He's highly efficient, provided he can score against legit all-star bigs, and the only scorer with real size. Yeah, I mean, he needs setup, but like, yeah, I mean, he's just really good at running to the rim, high energy.
I would say fifth, depending on who you. I understand what you're saying, but he's really good. But the fifth on who you have, like I got LeBron, AD, Russ, and then Walker. Then I would put TB right behind that. But
yeah, I mean, I to put it in perspective, like from an efficiency standpoint and setup standpoint, yeah, he might be. But again, he's a guy you can't give him the ball. Like Walker, he's gonna go get his own bucket. Reeves, he's gonna go get his own bucket. Like guys like that, like Thomas Bryant, he needs to be set up. But when he does get set up, he's really good at finishing and just fighting through traffic and stuff. We always play better when we're down 20, but when we're up 10, we always mess it up.
It's like a mindset thing. It's like, oh, we're up, let's chill, let's relax. No, like let's apply the pressure. Like
it is. It's rough. I'm watching the game in the Mans. I've been open so many freaking times in the first half in the zone, paint, middle, mismatch. Yet I think let Schroeder take it to the rim against Bam. Yeah. If this team don't want to feed TB the ball, then it's Ham's job to say something. He should be getting 5 to 10 touches a quarter. Bev should not be getting more looks than TB. 4 touches in the half. No, I agree. Like they need to just like they needed to call plays for Anthony Davis. Obviously, there's no comparing Anthony Davis and.
I was just gonna touch on that, so I'm glad you go ahead. I'm glad you mentioned that because I was just gonna bring.
But we had a lot of those problems, like feeding the big man and putting the big man in a position to work. We need to do that for TB. We need to allow Thomas Bryant to be able to go and work and navigate and set him up and get him some positions. But what did you want to add?
No. That's I was just gonna I don't see why we can't do the same thing for him. Now he's obviously not going to be much of a beast as like Anthony Davis, but
Yeah. This is always brawling. You see that punch in the back of the head. Yeah, they were duking it out. I only saw like a brief little highlight. I was watching the league. We suck, man. Like another year of depressing basketball. It's rough. It is. It's rough. One word: turnovers. Snorlax. I'm with you. It's tough. It's hard. It is. It was hard. This game was really hard to watch. It really was, because
14 and 21.
This felt like this was another game that like we really could have like. If we just cut down like half the turnovers, we probably win this game. Like if we would have just
more shots.
Yeah, because they had what we had 25 turnovers and they had something like 27 points or something like that off of turnovers. Like you're not winning basketball games that way. So like if you cut that in half, that basically cuts that point average in half. And then now
it's wild though. You know how many turnovers they had? Like you said, we had 24, but they had 5. They had 5 turnovers. Like that's a good.
That was their lowest of the season. That just shows how bad our defense is.
Like
it is.
It's bad.
I feel it. How do you still watch these games, man? How do you keep your sanity? These games are straight mental. Yeah. I mean, one, I gotta have the conversations with you guys. Believe me, it's exhausting at times. Like what was it? Not last game, but like I think 2 games ago, like I was talking about it, and I was just like it's tough. It really is sometimes. Like watching it, especially because like I'm upset and bothered and get done screaming at the TV, and then I got to come on here and like gather my chi and like try not to turn Super Saiyan.
Recenter.
Yeah, recenter yourself. Try not to go all Super Saiyan on the live stream. And it's just like it is. It's rough, man.
I can see the flames behind you, man. You're like, ah!
It is. There's times where I'm just like, I really, I don't even want to do anything. Like, I just, yeah, I gotta go jump on a stream and talk about how bad the Lakers are. But then I think of the community and I think of like, hey, we're all in this together. Let's do it together. So,
bro, I don't even look at our record anymore. Like every time
dude,
I just
it's
like
tough.
I see 14-21 and like my bones cringe.
It's tough, man. It is. And I try to be optimistic. I try to stay positive, but it's tough, man. They make it tough. They make it really hard. They make it really hard. I would have blamed Braun if he demanded to trade in the offseason or next. I wouldn't.
Here's the thing: nobody would blame Braun, but I don't think he's going to though. I don't think it's gonna happen. But
that's my thing too. Is like I don't see. I don't know who's gonna go trade for LeBron. I really don't.
Not in today's league the way.